Tiffany Haddish's life and career have taken a sharp downward turn over the past year. Once known for her vibrant energy, infectious laughter, and lovable presence in movies and interviews, Tiffany now finds herself caught in one of the darkest moments of her public life. Everything began to unravel when she was accused of participating in highly inappropriate acts involving minors, a scandal that has left her blacklisted in Hollywood and struggling to stay afloat. The entire controversy began when a woman, referred to as Jane Doe, filed a lawsuit against both Tiffany and comedian Aries Spears. The lawsuit accused them of coercing Jane and her younger brother John Doe into participating in disturbing and inappropriate skits when they were just kids. According to Jane, Tiffany had met their mother years ago. The two women bonded over their shared experiences of being divorced, and they grew close. So close, in fact, that Tiffany used to call the family on special occasions like Christmas and birthdays. Over time, Tiffany found out that both Jane and her younger brother wanted to act. As someone already gaining fame in the entertainment industry, Tiffany offered to help. She claimed she could get Jane a role in a commercial. Jane's mom, trusting Tiffany as a close family friend, agreed to let her daughter go alone. That decision, as Jane later described, turned out to be a huge mistake. Jane said that when she arrived for the shoot, she had no idea what the commercial was about. Nobody gave her or her mother any details ahead of time. Once there, Jane was told to watch a group of girls act out a strange skit involving a sandwich. The girls were pretending to argue over the sandwich, then started eating it from both ends while making inappropriate sounds and gestures. Jane, just 14 at the time, was told to copy what she had seen. She was too nervous and uncomfortable to go through with it. Tiffany then entered the room and tried to demonstrate how Jane should act out the scene herself. Even then, Jane couldn't bring herself to do it. Tiffany eventually gave her $100 and sent her home. Jane didn't tell her mom what really happened because she was disturbed and unsure of how to explain it. Later, Tiffany claimed she had helped John get cast in a reel for Nickelodeon, but that too turned out to be false. Instead, John had been filmed for a sketch titled The Mind of a Pedophile, which was later uploaded to Funny or Die. The content was so disturbing that the site issued a public statement saying they had nothing to do with it and removed the video immediately after discovering it. In the video, John was shown in his underwear in multiple scenes, while Aries Spears played a character who behaved in an unsettling manner. At one point, Aries even got into a bathtub with John, rubbing baby oil on him and doing other bizarre things. John, like his sister, felt traumatized and ended up crying. Since both siblings were underage at the time, Jane couldn't file the lawsuit until she was legally able to do so. At first, Tiffany denied everything. She released a statement accusing Jane and her mother of making up false claims. She insisted that the lawsuits were attempts to shake her down for money and called them bogus. But this defensive reaction only made things worse. The public was outraged by her lack of empathy, and social media exploded with criticism. Eventually, Tiffany backtracked and issued a more personal response. She acknowledged that the sketch wasn't funny and expressed regret for ever agreeing to be a part of it. She said she couldn't speak much due to the ongoing legal case, but she was sorry for her involvement. Then came the twist. Jane dropped the lawsuit, saying her family had known Tiffany for years and that they no longer believed she would ever hurt them. She wished Tiffany the best. This sudden change shocked many people who had supported Jane. Online speculation quickly followed, with some assuming Tiffany might have paid Jane to stay quiet. Whether true or not, by that point, the damage to Tiffany's reputation had already been done. Even though Jane took back her claims, the entertainment industry had already started to move on without Tiffany. She hasn't been cast in new roles, like before. When news came out that she would be returning for Girls Trip 2, fans were furious. There were loud calls for her to be removed from the movie, and petitions started to circulate demanding her exit. Although she has a couple of films scheduled to release later this year, those were filmed long before the lawsuit came to light. In a recent interview, Tiffany admitted that she has lost everything: her jobs, her opportunities, and possibly her future in Hollywood. While some people feel sorry for her, many believe she has only herself to blame. Sources say she's working on repairing her image before Girls Trip 2 hits theaters, but it's unclear if she'll ever fully recover. Trust, once broken, is hard to win back, especially when children are involved. Do you think Tiffany can bounce back from this, or is her time in the spotlight truly over? Tiffany Haddish once had the world laughing with her charm and energy, but lately things have taken a turn for the worse. After facing a serious lawsuit involving disturbing allegations, her public image and career have been hit hard. Even though the case was eventually dropped, the damage was already done, and people aren't so quick to forgive or forget. Jane Doe, the woman who filed the lawsuit against Tiffany and Aries Spears, originally had a lot of support. Many believed her claims and hoped that justice would be served. But suddenly, she released a statement saying her family had known Tiffany for years and that they didn't believe she would ever do anything to harm them. She even wished Tiffany well and said she was ready to move on from the whole thing. This shocked a lot of people who had supported her from the beginning. Many now think that Tiffany might have paid her off just to make the scandal go away quietly. Even if that's true, it's clear that the damage to Tiffany's reputation was already done. Hollywood seems to have turned its back on her. She isn't getting the acting jobs she used to, and people are noticing. When it was announced that she would return for Girls Trip 2, there was a huge backlash. Fans flooded social media with negative reactions, and petitions started circulating demanding her character be removed from the movie because of her involvement in the lawsuit. Tiffany does have a couple of movies coming out later this year, but those were filmed before the controversy. In an interview, she even admitted that things have gone downhill for her. She said she lost all her gigs and hasn't been able to bounce back. Some people feel bad for her, but many others don't. Online, people are saying she got what she deserved and that putting children in that kind of situation is unforgivable. Insiders say Tiffany is trying to fix her public image before Girls Trip 2 is released, hoping to win back fans. But that won't be easy. Trust is hard to rebuild once it's broken, and people still have a lot of questions. What do you think? Can Tiffany turn things around, or has she lost the public for good?